For more! Carguen! Apunten! Consumatum est!
Good day guys, welcome ulit sa aking final vlog. So in this content, magano tayo, i-discuss ko yung essays ni Dr. RIZAL. So yung kaniyang 6 famous essays. So let's start.
Ayoko, mata pa ko.
I was greatly amazed and thankful for our national hero,
Wala kaming pakialam!
Dr. RIZAL, for his bravery and determination upon writing this essay. The essay, Filipinos dentro 100 años, informs Spain of its wrongdoings in the Philippines, which have left an indelible marks on old customs, memories, and literature as well. He wanted to bring attention to the evils of colonial control that pervaded Philippine society at that time, as well as provide a long-term remedy. Rizal's decision to write this essay, however, could be motivated by other factors and personal objectives. Fear may be instilled in the current Spanish dictatorship to cause Filipino to flee in other country. Then it could be expressing regret that other countries will be ready to take over Philippines even if Spain relinquishes sovereignty. Finally, he was giving Filipino hope that their country would be saved by a great nation. The next work of Dr. RIZAL, which I will discuss, is the Por Telefono. Upon reading the essay of Rizal, I have found out that Por Telefono is dense with symbolism. It depicts how friars spend their life and how they express thanks for the kindness of ilustrados. Rizal reveals the friar's authority in his day via telephone, thanks to the perfection of the instruments. The friar's mystical sighs could be heard in Madrid as they prayed with great piety before sacred images. Words of conformity and resignation, and even their thanksgiving for the alms of rice and fish that the people give out of compassion for their fasting and abstinence. In this moment, I will share na naman the work of or the essay of Dr. RIZAL pa rin, which is the Vision of Fray Rodriguez. So, La Visión del Fray Rodriguez is a satire depicting a spirited dialogue between the Catholic saints Augustine and Rodriguez. In this pamphlet, Rizal demonstrated his profound knowledge in religion and his biting satire. Dr. RIZAL wrote The Indolence of the Filipinos, which was published in La Solidaridad in Berlin on 1887. It was composed by Rizal to continue his crusade for Filipino education, in which he aimed to awaken the Filipinos to Spain's corrupt and effective colonization system via facts. Jose Rizal authored The Indolence of the Filipinos to remind us that as citizens of our nation, we have rights and deserve to be treated equally. This was also published in response to the charge that Filipinos are lazy. While indolence certainly exists among Filipinos, he claims that there are other factors at play. Many factors contribute to Filipinos' indolence throughout time, including the environment and social dysfunction. Jose Rizal establishes his writing that Filipinos are not innately indolent and that we are already involved in a variety of economic interests before the Spaniards came, such as agriculture, farming, fishing, etc. So the point of his essay that Filipinos are not lazy. We are not lazy because we have we always want a bright future, di ba? Sino namang Pilipino ang ayaw ng ayaw magkaroon ng bright future? Nagkaroon lang tayo ng anomalya or they think that we are lazy because we are colonized, of course. Of course, kay ilang man tang gisakop Spaniards, so we didn't have a freedom to move freely. O, di ba? Marag wala tayo freedom to express our thoughts, magliyok-liyok, kada lihok, marag na nagbantay, kada lihok, marag martial law, makatumit kag sala, patyon, rape. So, of course, nga na nga situation sa mga Filipinos, regardless sa gender, mapalalaki, mapababae, ang ilang thoughts is, we are lazy. But, kasi Dr. Jose Rizal, testigo siya sa ato ang capacity or capability, iya tang di pagtanggol sa other countries through this essay. So, Filipinos are not lazy. We are not, of course, we are not. Kaso kay gisakop man ta, mao tong ilang intuition sa ato, murag reflection sa ato, murag mabudo ta, we are lazy. So the fourth work of Dr. Jose Rizal is The Sobre la Indolencia de los Filipinos. In response to the accusation of Filipino idleness or sa kanang katamaran ng mga Pilipino, Jose Rizal wrote this indolence does not exist among Filipinos. According to Rizal, although there could be a multitude of reasons for it, he blames it on factors like climate change and social upheaval. He defends Filipinos by stating that they are not naturally idle because they have been engaged in economic pursuits such as cultivation and trading long before the arrivals of Spaniards. Finally, Rizal distributed indolence to Filipino natives' lack of training and knowledge. So, he shares techniques, knowledge among Filipino, as well as lack of national passion and solidarity among them. The solution for Filipino indolence, according to Rizal, is knowledge and liberty. Of course, kung wala kay knowledge and liberty, wajud kay mabuhat sa imo. Bisag sa imong sarili, wa kay mabuhat. Kung sige lang kag tamad, tapos ikag tulog, there's no progress. We regard indolence as a byproduct of the difficulty and backwardness, encouraging the development of the regrettable tendency rather than as the root of backwardness and difficulties. By walking down the path of growth and perfection, man seeks enjoyment for himself and his people. Man strives to achieve a goal. He became inactive when you remove the object. Each a man's self-esteem. If you take it away from him, he turns into corpse. And anyone searching for movement in a corpse would only find worms. The indolence of the Philippines is Jose Rizal's response to the oppressors' hostility and allegations that Filipinos are lethargic, inattentive, and useless. I disagree with those who assert that Filipino workers are inexperienced, untrained, misinformed, foolishly arrogant, obsessed with show, pleasure, and glory, and unconcerned about the genuine value of their work. They have no strong rationale or proof to support that their claims that Filipinos are sluggish. Filipinos are known for being hardworking and dedicated to their occupations. It is more accurate to say that Filipino indolence is a result of rather than a cause of Philippine backwardness. So the fifth essay of Dr. RIZAL that is famously or famous during his time until now is the Noli Me Tangere. So Noli Me Tangere in English language it means that touch me not. So in 1887, he wrote his first novel, Noli Me Tangere. So, according to upon browsing, I have found out that it is his first novel in Spanish, which was a scathing critic of clergy abuse as well as the feelings of colonial government. He returned to Manila the next year, where the Noli had been outlawed and its creator was reviled by the friars. He returned to Europe in 1888 and wrote the sequel, El Filibusterismo, the Subversive, which was published in 1891. He also annotated Antonio Morga's success, the Las Ligas Filipinas, demonstrating that the Philippines had long history before the Spaniards arrived. Before being deported in the Pitan in Mindanao, Rizal returned to Manila in 1892 and created the La Liga Filipinas reform movement. The representation of the friars and the Catholic Church in the Noli is unmistakably anti-clerical. Padre Damaso and, to a lesser extent, Padre Salve represent ecclesiastical misdeeds, which are the novel's principal source of populist resentment. Rizal's pictures, on the other hand, are not one-dimensional. Rather, they highlighted each priest's all too human flaws. So the last work of Dr. Rizal that I will share to you is the El Filibusterismo. So the Spaniards are shown in this tale as violent and completely evil. However, mention the bravery of the Filipino population illustrates our countrymen's incredible bravery in the face of the Spaniards' greed and savagery. For example, the injustice of Filipinos being unable to learn Spanish, the incarceration of the most of the main characters, except Simon, who was wise enough to know when to keep his revolutionary secret, the death and sorrows of many including Basilius' fiancé, the heartbreak and jealousy between Isagani and Juanito over Paulita. Everyone claims that El Filibusterismo is far darker and harsher than Noli Me Tangere. With multiple murders, sexual abuse, and suicides, El Filibusterismo marks a crucial turning point in history, not only because of the plot but also because of the characters. Crisostomo Ibarra grew as a character in this work. He's no longer the optimistic and open person he once was. In other aspects, he became spiteful, resentful, and devious. And his very transportation, in my opinion, much is real and human. It only seems appropriate that he became the Simons after what he's been through with Noli Me Tangere. I believe that when Ibarra took the alias Simon, he did away with not only with his own name, but also with any evidence of Juan Crisostomo Ibarra. In my opinion, Ibarra is not Simon, and Simon is not Ibarra. They have the same facial features, but apart from that, the only thing they had in common was their love for Maria Clara. Aside from that, they have different minds, plans, and hearts. So that's it, guys, for my final vlog for the essays of Dr. Rizal. I hope you like my videos from my prelim, midterm, and for this finals. And keep safe always. So, yun lang guys. Thank you.